Well guys, welcome back to Master English with Mr. Redwan, and in this time we are going to learn about more sentence with multiple clauses. As we saw in skill 6 through 8, many sentences in English have more than one clauses. At skill 9 through 12, start from skill 9 and 12, we will see more patterns for connecting the clauses in the sentence with multiple clauses, because this pattern appears frequently in English, sometimes appear in English, and the TOEFL has used to be familiar with them. Well, number 6, it's mean that this connector sometimes as a subject. So we have learned coordinate, connector, time and cause connector, and another connector. The function of the connector is as a connect sentence to another sentence, clause to another clause. But in this one, it's connector sometimes as a subject, not to connect to another sentence. Well, a noun clause is a clause that function as a noun. The function is a noun because the noun clause is a noun. So that is mean that noun clauses, the connector sentence can be a noun clause. It is used in a sentence as either an object of a verb, an object of preposition of, or the subject of the sentence. For example, I subject verb. When is a connector, subject, verb. So this one as a noun clause as a object of verb. This is object of verb. For example, in general sentence, I know him. Him is a subject, object. I is a subject, now is a verb, him is object. I know her. I is a subject, verb is a noun, her is as an object. The subject of her is she. And in this case, is it as a connector, a lot of them as a object of a verb. Another example, I am concrete about. I subject verb. Subject verb is its connector, but a lot of this one is as an object of preposition, because there's preposition. This one is the object of a verb because in front of verb, this one in front of preposition. It's been the object of preposition. Well, there's the last. When he will arrive is not important. Subject, this one is verb. Verb. So what is the subject of here? This one, noun clause. Noun clauses as a subject. A lot of them is a subject. When he arrive, when he will arrive is not important. So this sentence is correct. So you have to make it different which one is noun clause connector correctly, or another connector like coordinate connector and another. You have to make it different. Look at the example. Was late caused many problems. There are two verbs here, was and a cause. It means that we need two subject. This one only one subject, this one only one subject, this one is only connector. So the answer is A, that he was late caused many problems. He, the subject, verb is was, that is subject, that he was late, cause is a verb. It means that the answer is A. In this example, there are two verbs, was and a cause, and each of the verb needs a subject. Answer B is wrong because the driver is one subject and two subjects are needed. Answer C and D are incorrect because there and because are not a subject. The best answer is A. If you choose A, the complete sentence will be that he was late caused many problems. In this case, he is the subject of verb was, the subject of the verb was, and the noun clause that he was late is the subject of the verb caused. Okay, look at the conclusion. Noun clause connector. You have to remember this one is noun clause. Okay, what, when, where, why, how, whenever, whatever, whenever, whether, if, and that. Okay, noun clause is a subject. If noun clause is subject, this one. I is verb. Now is I is a subject. Now is a verb. What is connector? Okay, you subject, did, verb. Okay, but this one is I now subject verb. This one is as a object. Okay, if in the middle we still say you subject, did is verb if it is noun clauses connector. If the connector, this one, a lot of this one. Okay, we use it like this one, noun as a subject. But if noun clause is subject, so that we use like this, connector, subject, verb, and directly verb. Okay, because a lot of this as a subject, so we don't need subject here. Okay, it's different with skill 6 until 8. Yeah, well, continue. Next to exercise 9. Well, take your book and your pen. Let's do our exercise. Exercise 9. Number 1. Why is it correct? Yes, of course, because there is when connector, decision starts is a subject. Okay, is determined as a object. Okay, so that by the weather, when it's a connector, okay, noun clause, decision starts. Decision is subject. This one is verb. This one is verb because a lot of this is subject, so that this one is verb. Okay, this noun clause as a subject, so we have to pay attention in this one first. Okay, subject, verb. Okay, this one is verb, so we need subject. What is the subject of this? This one, because this one is, there is when noun clause. Okay, noun clause as a subject, so that this, a lot of this is subject, so that this one is verb. Well, number 2. Why incorrect? The manual. How this is subject, this is verb. Okay, is it as a this one as object of verb. Actually object of verb, but there is no verb here. This means that number 2 is incorrect. This way number 2 is incorrect. Number 3, the schedule indicated. Okay, subject, verb, subject, verb. Okay, it's totally right because there is connector here. It means that this one noun clause as a object. Okay, this one is an object, like this one is object of verb, because there's verb here, but in this one there's no verb. Number 4, he refused to enter. Okay, subject, verb, but there is no noun connector here, so that number 4 is incorrect. Talking about where we should go for lunch. Okay, verb, connector, subject, verb, but there is no subject here. Actually, in this one is object of preposition, because after connector, after connector there is preposition. Before connector there is preposition. So subject, we need subject here, and this number 5 is incorrect. Number 6, why? Okay, is good. So that the subject, okay, verb, subject verb. Okay, actually is correct. Is a why is a subject, but there is another subject here, it. Actually we have to erase here. This means this sentence is incorrect. Number 7, when whether or not the new subject verb or directly verb is mean that is totally right, because whether or not the new office would be built is as a subject. This is the subject, a lot of them. Noun clause is a subject, and there's verb here. Until this is mean that the answer 7 is correct. Okay, number 8, that the professor has not yet decided when the paper is due to. Number 8 is totally incorrect. Okay, because there is 2 connector here. We have to erase 1, 2. We don't need a lot of this one. Okay, so that the professor has not yet decided is due to, or the professor has not decided when the paper is due to. So we don't need, we don't need that here. Okay, we don't need another connector. So number 8 is incorrect. Number 9, the contracts will be awarded is the question to be awarded. The contract will be subject verb, directly verb, the question. Oh, there is no connector. It's mean that number 9 is incorrect. Okay, he subject of verb with whoever, he subject verb, did, place and a did, whenever, subject and a verb. So that number 10 is correct. Okay, because there is connector here, a lot of them as a object of preposition, because there is with subject verb. This object of verb, he, place and did whatever he wants, because 1, 2, there are 2 verbs, so that there are 2 connectors. I hope you can understand. Lesson exercise 9. Okay, see you in the next skill. I hope you pay attention for this one, because it's a little bit difficult. Okay, if you have questions, just comment below. Okay.